welcome to week 25 of making my custom Venator. This is a really tedious update where I spent many hours on making these doors automatic. So let's get into it without further ado. So this week on the Venator update, we're going to be actually working on this top section, making a gearbox right here so that we can actually make the doors open slower on the Venator. So let's get into it starting now. And just like that, with many hours of work, we have made a little progress. This gearbox took so long to make and went through so many different designs, but I finally made a gearbox that the roof can actually detach from the main structure like that, and then all I have to do is stick it with that little thing right there, and it is all set for these doors to be automatic. Now, before we actually show you how this works with a power function box that is right there, let me just show you this awesome feature once again, since it's been quite a while since you've seen the doors open and close. So all these doors will all open at the same time thanks to this technique. Alright, my camera angle may be a bit unsteady, but as you can see right here, if I just turn this little knob, all the doors open up just like that on the Venator, which looks super great, and then I can close them all with the same ease as well, right there. Look at that. Super simple. And with this gearbox that I put up here, now the doors open at an accurate pace, so that's not so fast, especially that big gear. That big gear with that tiny gear really made this whole process slow down, so now it won't be super fast. So let's show you how this works with power functions right now. So it appears that this battery right here is dead. Yeah, it won't turn on, unfortunately. It feels bad. Probably because I left it on too long. Rip. Anyways, we have this one right here that does work, so we're going to try this. However, there is no speed settings on this thing, so it'll just be spitfiring right into this thing right here in front of this Camino end. Why you hear, I don't know. But this connection for this motor is only held on by one stud, so hopefully things don't go catastrophically wrong. Please, I'm begging it doesn't. But right now we're about to test it by pressing this button right here. So let's get a good camera angle for you guys. You may fire when ready. Oh my god, that's cringe, guys. Never mind. 3, 2, 1, go. Something went wrong. Okay, so apparently I only moved this door for some reason as tilted. So something clearly went wrong, as you guys can see. Let's try that again in one moment. Alright, after making some modifications to this design, I have actually added a few more gears on the inside of this. I found out that that was my main problem on why 3 doors weren't opening at one time. So now let's try this test one more time to see if it works. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Now what's the problem? After many hours of destruction and pain I've been through, I think I finally have found out a problem that needed to be fixed. Actually, quite a few problems. So basically, this gearbox was set one stud too far this way in the rebuilding process. Also, there was something stuck inside this wall panel that I also tried to attempt to get out, which I did. And the fact that I needed to make this gear a bit longer than it was, which was so many problems. Oh my goodness. And this thing has just been lagging all of a sudden recently, and I don't know why it has been, but I think I finally have it set. So now I have to put up this wall once again. It's just insane. I spent way too long on this today. What a long day, guys. So it appeared I found out a problem. So it seems whenever I put this brick on top of here, it didn't work. But whenever it was off, it always seemed to work just fine in the ways of the movement. So I think that was one of my issues, is that one of these gears was getting stuck on top of a brick. So I just need to make this area a little bit more open so that way bricks don't get stuck on bricks and cause explosions that make me tear apart this whole thing and spend 3 hours working on me fixing it because I just don't know what's causing this problem. This has certainly been a long part of the update this week. I did not intend on taking this long to fix this issue. Alright, so in basic, I failed again. I don't know how, but I did. It was working perfectly before today, but now it is not all of a sudden. So right now, I am trying this out to see if this is the problem, but it doesn't seem to be, except for that annoying little noise that makes because I don't have the right gears. So let's try putting this right up against it, not locked onto the surface at all, not like the studs connected. Let's just try running this right against that thing, which does work perfectly. It moves perfectly, but for some reason, maybe it's the connection between this plate and this plate. I'm not sure, but let's hope that works. So clearly that did not work very well. However, I think that's just because it wasn't connected to this, but I really think it might be a height problem now between this and that. I'm not sure, but I'm going to keep working on it a bit longer. After 66,000 times of failing, you guys know where I got that from, I have given up, and I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try to remove this whole section and see if that's the problem, because, I mean, it always seems to stutter. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but let's try that out and see if that works at least. And look at that, I was wrong once again. How lovely. So what I've done now is to basically take off this whole front wall, this whole massive thing right here, and look at it from a different perspective to see what is jamming this thing every single time it moves when it's automatic. So I'm going to continue working on this for a little bit longer, and then I'll let you know my progress. Alright, after causing several hours of destruction, rip the bridge. I still have it built in somewhat of a form, but yeah, I had to destroy a lot of it just so I could see what was causing the problem. And you want to know what it was? It was a stupid brick sticking out. It was one of these, like, Technic rod things, one of these things that was sticking out and stopping this little section right there from going into this door area and causing it to freeze up. So now that I finally figured out the problem, put everything in a very janky sort of way to make this whole thing work, let's actually have these doors open and close again for the 1,000th time, because I've actually tested this out a ton of times now and it actually works, so I'm super happy about that. Oh, wrong direction. And there we go. We have it. Doors open and close. Let's try opening them. Just like that. And close. Yep. I got it. Finally. After so much work. It's insane. I'm super happy with how this came out. All the doors open and closed simultaneously. Of course, this one is a little bit bent up, I do this day. But I'm super happy with all this works. But it's amazing to see how much we've been able to fit into these 5 studs of width. We got a major support system, a big truss running through the whole thing. And we got clone bedrooms right here, barracks, whatever you want to call them. 3 automatic doors inside one contraption, indentations in the wall, and gun blaster holders right there as well, indented into the wall. And it's insane to think about all the things we've been able to do with this 5 studs width on the Venator. And I cannot wait to continue my passion for this project. But right now, we're going to patch everything together and do some final tests to make sure everything works smoothly. We're going to add this back on and all that stuff. And then I think we're probably going to wrap up the update. And with that said, we now have a total of 3 doors that open and close at the click of a button. Okay, well that time it didn't work out so well. I gotta secure that, but it worked. It works, and I'm super happy. After so many hours of work, I meant to go out today, look for some more clearance, but I'm so glad that I got this thing to work, and now it works, and hopefully it will never break again, which we all know it probably will. So please help me, guys. Subscribe down below. Bye.